going on? Welcome to another episode of Music Row Hideout, the show where we hang out with artists, musicians, and entertainers in Waylon's old basement studio. Did I just say Waylon?
Yeah.
We're not on a first name basis.
Do we need to start over?
No, we're just going to keep rolling with it in Waylon Jennings' old basement studio, because I don't know him personally. My name is Jury, and as always, I'm gathered here with co-host Ryan Poole. I'll pass it to you to introduce the guest. I went right to the end of the sound, too. We're starting off strong today.
Tonight, on a very special episode of Music Row Hideout, we have indie musician, Tennessee local, wearer of Mooney paraphernalia, Tom Tippin.
That's me. Thank you. Thanks for having me, y'all.
Absolutely.
I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Now, is that your real name, or are you a Marvel character?
I am a Marvel character, so I'm signed to a 10-year... No, my real name is Tom Tippin. It's Thomas, but like Ed Sheeran, Tom Tippin. I don't know. I wanted to go by Thomas Tippin. Everybody's like, nah, dude.
Yeah, Tom Tippin.
And Tom Tippin's like
Thomas
a used
Tippin.
car salesman. It's like, hi, I'm Tom Tippin. You know what I'm saying?
He's got a hat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one of those, what are those, bolo ties?
Bolo tie? Yeah, that's...
Ooh, yeah, I'd buy a car. I'd buy a car from you.
Yeah,
I wouldn't trust you, but I'd buy a car.
Oh, yeah. I don't trust that guy, but...
Tom Tippin works at Murfreesboro Ford.
Yes, I do, actually.
Why
I do know that.
Well, partially he did tell me he went to high school in Murfreesboro.
I did. I went to Siegel.
But also didn't Murfreesboro feel right?
It did.
It
did.
works perfect. No, yeah.
I couldn't
no,
tell
that
you
checks
why,
out.
but...
Bolo tie, Murfreesboro. It's like a wannabe country boy. Like, definitely doesn't live in the country.
Not
but
Nashville Nissan. Murfreesboro Ford.
Nissan. Yeah, Murfreesboro Ford.
True.
Yeah.
That fits your vibe.
Thanks.
Well,
I
of
really
this
appreciate
made-up
that.
character
Oh,
that
thank
we've
you.
invented.
Yeah, I was getting a little offended there just for a second. I almost walked out.
Yeah, if I were to just to say, like, you just feel to me like Murfreesboro. I don't know. I feel like maybe you should be offended.
I don't know. I'll always have a soft spot for Murfreesboro, but also Murfreesboro.
Don't you mean Murfreesboro?
Yeah, Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro. No, there's parts of Murfreesboro I love. There's also parts of Murfreesboro that drive me absolutely insane. And I'll just totally go full boomer. It's like so, like the roads cannot handle what Murfreesboro is. That was my boomer quote of the day.
Dude, I just think if you drive, you'll feel that way.
Yeah, that's how it is. Whatever. It's fine.
I just know every time I get forced to drive down there, I'm just like, am I driving to another state?
Yeah.
Like, isn't
It does
Nashville?
feel
I know,
so
and
far.
that's the thing. Like the big joke was that like you go somewhere for spring break and people ask, "Hey, where are you from? Where are you from?" Oh, I'm from Nashville. Is what you would say.
Yeah.
You're
Right.
not
You're
from
not from
Nashville.
Nashville.
You're from Murfreesboro.
You're from
but we
Middle
all
Tennessee.
said it. We all said it.
Yeah, what else are you going to say? No one knows what Murfreesboro is.
Nobody knows Murfreesboro. I mean, nobody.
No, my wife does plays down there occasionally.
Yeah.
There's a little playhouse there.
Yes, I
Consider
know.
This.
I know that playhouse.
Oh, you know that?
I do
That's-
because I wanted to do acting, and I went and like toured that place one time.
Ah, that's cool.
So I'm familiar with that place.
Nice.
Did
yeah,
you
it's a
do
cool
acting?
spot.
So music took over. Literally that year. Like that was like the year. I still love like film. I love acting, but like it was like 13 years old, and that was like the year everything changed for me, where I was like, oh, I think I want to be a musician for like the rest of my life. So acting has had to take.
Oh, so this was a little while ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It was
this wasn't
deep
like
ago.
recent. Oh, damn.
No, this was. I've been laser focused for a long time. No, I've always known I wanted to do arts. So it was I guess I had to choose at that point. Or it kind of chose for itself.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm happy. I'm so happy. I'm in Waylon Jennings' basement studio.
Yeah, make
See,
sure to
he
say that
can
last
say it.
name.
Yeah,
You're
no.
on a
Me and
first-name
Waylon
basis.
are so cool. Still, even though, well, it's his ghost, but it's fine.
It's fine.
It's
fine.
really
it's
cool.
Fine.
It's fine.
It's probably most definitely his ghost.
I
No,
think
wait.
we've had an episode called Waylon's Ghost.
Oh, so I'm
Really?
just
Maybe.
stealing taglines. That's awesome.
You're stealing our bits, I guess.
This guy got nothing original. Nothing.
Now, you mentioned that you're not on the show yet, but before the show, you mentioned that you go out on the road with your dad doing
do.
background vocals, and did you say do you play guitar as
Yes,
well?
I play acoustic
Yeah.
guitar. Yeah,
How long have you been doing that for?
This is my second year of doing that, and the other side of that is it's also my 23rd year of doing that. I'm 23 years old. I've literally, from the day I was like born, have sang with my dad and my mom. I have like such awesome stories of like, I've sang on the Grand Ole Opry stage genuinely countless of times with my mom and dad singing with the Carol Lee singers, and then being out front singing harmonies with them. It's like super cool. And so now
cool.
on his actual tour throughout the year, I play in his shows, and my mom's there. She sings harmonies, which like me and her singing harmonies are just like the coolest thing ever, because it's blood harmonies and it's just like so it's so natural. It's so and it's really cool. We can just look over at each other and know what's up. And then obviously my dad, we've all been doing it together for a long time, so it's so awesome. I'm very lucky to do that. But yeah,
I don't know what blood harmonies are like. I mean, I have sang with your wife before.
Yeah, his sister.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Is that starting to sound real Tennessee? Real
It was
red?
getting almost Alabama.
Almost.
That's I'll leave you at Tennessee.
I sang with your wife.
Didn't I sign with your wife? Wait a minute. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. We like to make it sound real Alabama, but
That's great.
We're just brother-in-laws. It's normal.
That's awesome.
It's normal-ish.
Yeah.
Except for that time when at our wedding, my dad started to date his mom. And
Do we talk about that on the podcast?
We've mentioned on the podcast before. They're not dating now.
His little brother listens.
He does. Actually, it was like, I gotta be a little more careful about things I say about my family.
That's amazing. But that's the best part. Drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got a little Alabama, but
Oh, jeez.
We had no part in it, no
none.
say. and
Discouraged it from the outset.
We're
Okay.
against it.
Good. We know where we
It
stand.
also was never official.
No, it was like, I don't know, it just kind of started
They're
happening.
just hanging out.
Yeah.
Real casual like, which is a little worse.
But it
I don't
started
know.
at their
That's
wedding.
real dangerous.
Yeah, it started
So our
at
kids
Weddings-
are married.
weddings-
Maybe we should hang out.
That's where that happens. Weddings are so dangerous. Relationship just that's a battle zone right there. You gotta watch out, dude.
Yeah, that does feel very Alabama of us, actually.
Well,
Well,
Okay,
breaking the ice.
I had a question pop up when you were talking about the Grand Ole Opry. So you said, was it the Carol Lee singers?
Okay, this is one of those things. You
Yeah.
know where you say words and
Yeah.
you don't know what they mean?
Yeah.
That's what I mean about that. Carol Lee singers is what I heard growing up. Like my dad, and you got to understand, it was Carol Lee singers. Like literally.
Is that how your dad talks?
Oh, yeah. I almost did it again, but it's like so country. You can't even like. He's very, very like, stone cold country. Like that man. He's from the South. He's from South Carolina, so it's proofs in the pudding. But they are like the staff background singers.
Okay.
Yeah, and you tell the Opry what songs you're gonna play, and they get the sheet music, they get the lyrics, all this stuff, and so then, the night of, all the acts are lined up and they have the music, and so they just read their parts, and they're just like staff background singers. It's so cool. Which like I can't read music. I just knew those songs my whole life, and I've sang the harmonies of them forever. So yeah, they're way cooler than me. But that was the coolest thing. Like they had little stools, and I was like so short. They just would put me up on I was like literally I was like 8 years old, 7 or 8, like that young. And
That's crazy.
I was so cool. And my brother was there too, doing it. Like we would do it together, and that was like our thing. And we used to come out
So
on
does
my.
your whole family do music?
So we did when my brother did when he was younger. As he's gotten older, he's like, I don't want any part of like showbiz.
Showbiz.
That's showbiz. But he's like not that. He does not enjoy
He's
the
an
spotlight.
accountant now.
He is an aircraft mechanic. He's
a
like
rebel from the
wow.
family
bro
business.
is
Has
so
he-
smart.
Have you guys seen Max, the aircraft accountant or aircraft mechanic?
No, wait. Is it the?
The guy who talks about Lord of the Rings?
Yes. Okay,
Yeah.
I know exactly who you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yes, and he's inside like a Boeing 737 or something, and he's like says all these
The
things. And
aeroplane.
it ends up, aeroplane, aerocraft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that guy's
what you're
like
talking
the
about.
rock star of your brother's industry.
Oh, for sure. Just like he's he's mechanic Jesus. So
Yeah. Dude, okay, sad story. So that guy's videos, if for
There we go.
anybody who hasn't seen it, like
Yeah.
his videos, he's talking about like this is the
Is that the guy who's like, why is there a hole in the window of the aircraft?
Wait, is that
And he
how the
explains
door
it,
came
and
off?
it's a joke.
Never mind.
now he'll be like this is a window shade and the airplane and what it's used for is to help block out light, kind of like when Frodo blocked out the light of Moranthia
Yeah.
and the third wink of Mordor and the third. I can't do it. I don't have
No,
enough
that was
Lord of the
good,
Rings
though.
lore.
That was good.
But he'll go on 45 seconds about Lord of the Rings lore, going from thing to thing to thing, and then finally he'll be like, "This isn't like that. It just blocks light." But I think it's pretty cool. That's every one of his videos.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's been doing that for a while, and he's gotten a giant following from his reels and TikTok and whatever. Well, I saw like after a year of him doing it, he made a serious post, and he had pictures of him and his wife, and I think he has kids, and the caption was like super super long, and the long story short of it was that his wife passed away.
Oh my God.
And so he made the videos like initially, I don't know why he thought to do the video in the first place, but it just sort of took off.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of his distraction from the pain.
Oh my God.
But he became super famous during a time that he was like incredibly depressed and thought he couldn't go on because of his wife passing away. And yeah, so anyway, and then he was just
Crazy.
talking about how it's
I
been
knew none of
really
that.
nice that people have followed him and like
Yeah.
him now and all the things, but also was like, I've been going through a very devastated period of time. So
That's so sad. Oh my God.
You know?
so Max the,
The internet.
aircraft guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Love it.
Face behind the memes.
Yeah. Jeez.
You know, we were having a good time, Ryan.
Yeah. It was really going
No,
good.
but tell us about your music. Go ahead. I'm sure that's really important.
I'll play the guitar, sang a few.
So your brother rebelled, but everybody
did.
did at one point.
Everybody's
Blood harmonize.
for show. Yeah. My
I
brother
love
would
that phrase.
he would sing like bass on everything. That's what I like, and he actually plays bass too. But he would sing bass. That was just what he did. Yeah, and then he was like, "No, I don't want to do that." But I was like, "Oh God, this is the coolest thing ever, and can I make a job out of this? Let's do
Yeah.
it," you know? And then I've been trying to do that ever since. So
Was he more like, no, I don't want to do that?
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, there you
No,
go.
my brother actually, he's boy's got range. He actually has like a higher pitched voice, but like he can sing bass. Yeah, boy's got range. What is he doing?
Building
No,
airplanes.
he is, and he's like really good
Boring.
at it. He's like one of those guys that looks at this is gonna be the worst podcast. It's getting really boring. He looks at
Not at all.
schematics and he just like memorizes them, which are just for like electronics and like just like he's that kind of guy. And I'm
Huh.
like, not me. I can't remember. Am I supposed to be here right now? Wait a minute.
You know,
Okay.
I've got some
my name?
schematics. I have this. I do. I have the schematics for the Starship Enterprise.
Oh my God! Yes, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah,
Is
you
it like it's like a poster thing? Like
Oh no! This is
no,
much
wait.
bigger.
oh no!
It's like
You started
Oh,
snorting caffeine and just shit got wild.
yeah.
no. I've had this for I don't know 20 years. Like my aunt gave it to me. Laura gave it to me because she was a Trekkie.
God bless Laura.
Trekkies are. But
What are you gonna do?
what are you gonna do? She's family.
Family.
No, she gave me it was like a plans to the Starship Enterprise. I was like, what even is
Okay,
this?
and
Comes
how's it
in like
going?
a folder, like a leather folder, and
Have
there's
you
like
not built it yet?
no. I'm
What's
just
up?
saying. I need a guy who
Yeah,
can
I know a
memorize
guy.
schematics.
Hey, wait a minute. I know a guy.
What?
No.
Time to
Maybe.
get on making the Starship Enterprise.
I can speak no more of this. This is classified.
Wow.
Well, I've been moving from house to house for like 20 years. Don't know what to do with them.
Build
I wonder if they're
Starship
worth something.
Enterprise.
Star Trek memorabilia's got to be worth
Oh,
something.
absolutely.
Right? It's from like it's got to be from like the 80s. or
Somebody
something.
from my church years ago gave me this. It was this old lady. She's so sweet, but she heard that I like Star Trek. I mean, I love Star Trek. I love Star Wars.
Hey, it's all
Hell,
great.
come on. She comes in to the gym like this. We'd play in the gym after Sunday school was over, all that stuff. And she came in with these plates, and they are Star Trek plates. You know, like collector's
yeah.
plates.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I had like 8 Star Trek plates, just
awesome.
like as a 10-year-old kid.
That's right.
I was like, "This is sick. What am I gonna do?" And I'm like, not supposed to.
is that
Hold up.
that doesn't quite?
Is that the blueprint?
That doesn't look quite like the one I have. At least the outside, because the inside is a bunch of different.
Well,
pages.
that's
Yeah, I
the
don't
next
think you could-
generation. Do you
I don't
have
think you could build it from
the
that.
original, like the original Starship Enterprise, or is it Next Generation with what's his name?
Picard?
Yeah, Jean-Luc Picard.
I'm actually not sure. I know she was not a Picard fan though.
Okay, so it was probably
probably the
Shatner.
original.
Yeah, in the
real.
OGs.
Yeah, that's not what quite
I
looks
like
like. It's like
it.
like a leather rimmed like flip over folder
It's
thing
incredible.
with like a bunch of like giant folded sheets in there.
You might be sitting on so much money. You
Maybe.
just have no idea.
I mean, most likely it's worth like $3.
It probably is.
But
It
you
probably
never,
is.
you know,
You never know. You never know.
I should look into it.
This is we've already gotten to Star Trek.
We haven't even played the song yet.
I feel like we should probably play a song.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the first song we're gonna be hearing?
The first song is Nepo Baby, and this is a song I recently released here in February. Yeah, it's one of those songs. They say write songs that are completely the truth and like don't hold back, and I did exactly that. I just like, well, if people might absolutely hate this song, and it's just a true story about how I feel about my art and having a dad who is in the industry and what that does to your psyche. My dad is not one of those people. He's like really, really like a man's man. So it's like there's no handouts, there's no nothing. It's like you work. Like we grew up on like a farm where I like baled hay and like bush hogged, and like that was how
Wait, what is bush hog?
bush hogging is where
Is there a hog in it?
so there's no hog.
Okay.
What a just
Contrary to popular belief, there is no hog. It's where you have
I'm out.
I'm out. This sucks. I hate this. It's basically mowing. It's literally mowing like huge, like tall grass. In large fields, and you're on a tractor, like straight up. I'm on like a '93 Ford, straight drive, like got gear shift in between your legs.
Brought from Murfreesboro Ford, obviously.
Brought to you by Murfreesboro Ford. But like, and I just like that kind of stuff, and like the burning summer heat. Like he's that kind of guy. But all that to say is like, I was lucky, but also I was lucky that he's like, you're gonna make your own way. Like I'm not gonna, that's just how you do your thing. Like I'm gonna support you, and he gets music, but also it's like I'm lucky I do that on my own. So that's like me, but still there's that underlying thing. It's like I've gone into rights and stuff where people are like, man, that's great. You want to get your dad in on it next time?
Ooh.
And I go, yeah, I'll ask. And it's like,
Ooh.
and it's like you realize they didn't care. And it's like, that's tough. And then it's like also people just, your dad's a musician. He's a popular musician or a successful musician. And they're like, well, that to what does that, what does that discredit everything I do? Anyway, that's the whole premise of the song. And it's me dealing with that. And it's a little bit, and it is in that way satirical. It's like, as a Nepo baby, am I really a Nepo baby?
I've been in my head a little lately. I think all my friends, they fucking hate me. I've been in my head a little lately. Yeah, I think my friends, they fucking hate me. They don't like my music, do they really? They don't like my music, do they? What the hell am I supposed to do if they don't like my motherfucking music? Mom, how you been? How's that? That's great. I got a song, need cash, gee thanks. Maybe it's the nepotism, maybe they would listen if I didn't have my daddy's big last name. Maybe I'm a fraud for thinking I work hard, it's hard to tell now, I fucking hate out. I've been in my head a little lately. I think all my friends, they fucking hate me. Now I'm making songs about it, and I'm scared they're gonna hate me when I play it. But I think it kinda sounds amazing. Maybe this song sounds amazing. I can play it for my mom and dad. I think they're really, really gonna hate it. Hi, it's me. I know it's late. I need cash again. Okay, maybe it's the nepotism. Maybe they would listen if I didn't have my daddy's big last name. Maybe I'm a fraud for thinking I work hard. It's hard to tell now, I fucking big last name. Maybe I'm a fraud for thinking I work hard. It's hard to tell now. I fucking hate out. I fucking hate out. I fucking hate out. Maybe it's an nepotism. Maybe they would listen if I didn't have my daddy's big last name. Maybe I'm a fraud for thinking I work hard. It's hard to tell now. I fucking hate out.
So the song's called Nepo Baby. It's about nepotism, I assume.
Yeah, and it's like those little pre-choruses are like kind of satirical of like, Mom, how you been? How's Dad? That's great. I got a song, need cash, gee, thanks. Like, it's just like, it's like, okay. It's like, that's not how it went, But that's the beauty of songwriting, I just tell my little story. That's my little peace of mind. That wasn't, those are the best kind of songs. You just write them out. It's super linear. It's like just like straight line to happen. You're like, okay, wrote that. And then you look back and go, I wrote that. Damn, like that's awesome. That's how I never am writing a song. Honestly, the songs I love, I never go, yeah, that's a damn hit, man. God, people, I'm always like, well, that was cool. And then later I go back and go, wait a minute, that was awesome. I said exactly what I wanted to say. And that's harder than it's easier said than done to actually be completely vulnerable. That's art.
It's a lot easier
that's
just
art.
to put something down.
Yeah.
And especially when it needs to
try to
like,
relate
rhyme.
is the thing.
To
You
try to
want
relate to
wanna-
everybody.
God, that's like the story of
Yeah.
my life is wanting to be liked. Like, and that's everybody. You want to be a part of so you try to, your writing, my writing tends to sometimes it's like, I fall victim of that. Everybody falls victim of that. You
course.
want people to like it.
It's only human.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which I assume you are.
But also,
I'm not going to go there because I'm actually not from this world. But anyway,
Didn't mean to assume.
what the hell, man? I'm actually an alien.
with all that vulnerability, it's got to rhyme. It's got to sound good. It's got to feel good to say.
It's important to me. I love that kind of stuff.
I have a thing when I'm producing people, or when I'm writing myself, but it mostly happens in the context of producing people, and I'm looking at their songs to kind of help make sure it's what it needs to be.
Totally.
And I call it mouthfeel. And that to me is, does the words feel good to say?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, have you thought through that
That
ever?
feels like a David Byrne thing. So I read How Music Works, and he said something that really resonated with me. He's like, make sure that, this is total paraphrasing, but he's like, first and foremost, make sure, and I could be totally off base on what you're talking about, but he said like, make sure the words feel right when you say them. They work in the meter the best, in the rhyme, like they feel the best more than the story, like making sure you hit that point home, like that's his way of writing. And I this is a very dangerous thing to say, but I love the Talking Heads. Can I name every song? No, but I absolutely love David Byrne's voice and like his writing and the way he goes about it. And you do hear that he's so, I guess, mouthfeel, if I'm in the right ballpark of like, how it feels coming out and like,
how does it feel to say?
Yeah.
I do. I mean, whenever I'm working with an artist, like if I'm actually producing them, where we have time, then I'm gonna go through their song and like as they're singing the verse, it's always like, have you ever produced anybody?
Yes, I have actually. By no means to a great extent,
like a little bit here
but
and
yes,
there.
I've had to deal with. Yes,
if you're vocal producing, okay, there's a certain kind of vocal producer, like vocal teachers, that what they do is they go like, oh, okay, actually you need to like open your mouth a little more and have like a wider sound and stuff like that. I don't know about that at all. I don't know that technicality. What I do know is when somebody's singing, I don't like what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
It sounds nasally. Common ones are like nasally or actually that's the most common one.
Yeah.
Let's just go with nasally.
Nasally,
Yeah.
or like even over-pronunciating.
Over-pronunciating is the worst.
Ooh, that can kill a song.
It
I've
just
killed
won't-
songs that way.
Something will sound corny.
'Cause I've had vocal coaching before in my past, and like
fucked you up.
it didn't fuck me up. Like that's the thing. Like I still warm up every day. Like before I'm gonna sing, and like that all came from vocal coaching. That's all great. But there's also a part that came where I got to where I over enunciated so bad. I hated my own voice. It's like, so then you got to make sure, and I honestly, kudos to my mom. She's like, be careful, when you do this, just remember to keep the integrity of, and it's one of those things like that's been a journey to get back to, or even find, where's the emotion? Number one, where's the performance? I think that's what I've come to love so much about my favorite artists are the performers, not even live, but in the studio, because I need to feel it, over the mic, and you have to convey that without me seeing you. So yeah.
I think there's nothing wrong with vocal coaching. To be clear, in fact,
totally, and
I
it can
think it's
save
probably
your voice.
really, really great.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, especially if you're a touring musician.
Yeah,
you got to pay attention. Yeah,
but it's like vocal coaching can help you to get control of and use your instrument right.
Yeah,
but the downside is that it seems to be usually with a classical music focus.
It is. It tends to be structured that way for sure.
And so you end up doing that musical theory shit.
Yeah,
theater shit.
If I knew theory, that'd be great.
Yeah. No, theory's great,
but
musical theater,
yeah, very theatrical for sure.
I am sitting here next to you,
exactly,
my friend.
No, I feel you there. Yeah, and some of that I feel like I brought upon myself. So I have to sing more perfect. I learned a certain amount, and then I was like, I need to make sure I'm really, really hitting this stuff right. And then it's I almost imploded on myself, and I had to go, whoa. Why did you start this? How did you start? Go back and listen to you when you were 14. Shit, I didn't care. I just sang with heart, and it's that's important.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
don't blow out your voice either. So
one thing I'll do with artists is they'll do their verse, I'll have their lyrics, or I'll just remember sections or whatever. And I'll sing it to myself until it feels cool to me.
Right.
So especially if it's just kind of boring or bland. And so it depends on the artist, but the one I'm thinking about right now, a lot of times I'm thinking about how John Foreman or Kurt Cobain would sing it.
Right.
Do you know who John Foreman is?
I don't, but I know who
Switchfoot?
Kurt Cobain is. Okay.
Gotcha.
I've heard of Switchfoot, yes.
Gotcha. Just rock bands.
Hell yeah, baby.
And just and so I'll kind of work on the lyrics and just be until I can feel it's cool. A lot of times what I've identified is it's how you say the words.
Yeah.
It's almost like a little accent you put on it.
It is.
And so when I kind of find it where it's cool, I'll communicate back to the artist how to sing the words, how to pronounce them. And a lot of times it's simply no, I'm wishing I had a good example right now, but I'll rewrite words with weird phonetics instead of how you say the word.
Right.
Because if you're just, what's a good example? Let's go. Hello. What did I say earlier? Hello, my friend. I'm drinking a beer next to you.
Sure.
Yeah, if you want to make
Hell
that
yeah.
cool, fucking. Hello, my friend. I'm drinking a beer next to you.
Exactly. No, but you got to put swag on that shit.
I mean, that was stupid, but that was cooler
No,
than
actually-
hello, my friend.
hello.
And so if you
Yeah.
do that, you can go, hello, my friend. And you're like, wait,
Yes.
it's friend.
It's
How
fun,
would
bro.
you write that? F-R-E-N?
Yes,
There's a U. Yeah, it's kind of a U
No,
sound.
that's super true. I the biggest thing for me was kind of rediscovering my Southern accent and being okay with it. Because
Wait, did you grow up with one?
no. Just
Okay.
this yes and no. Yes and no.
How did you rediscover it then?
Well, yes and no. I've
Yeah.
always been this anomaly of I would go and see my cousins in California. Why the hell don't you sound like your brother and your dad? They are so thick. So
Right,
in
'cause you grew up
comparison,
here. It's not
in comparison, but literally listening to me talk right now, either my R's and ER's, all this stuff is weird, weird. I definitely have that mixture of Southern and whatever the heck. Southern, when I say Southern.
I hear zero Southern, but we also live here, so we might have
It gets a
adapted.
little,
Yeah.
it depends where you go. But all
Yeah.
that to say is especially in my singing and when I feel stuff, it comes in there, it happens. And I'm I gotta be okay with that. That is something I would really get scared of. But there actually are videos, I'm thinking now, when I was a little kid, there's some very black male videos, me yeah, brother. Yeah, mom, dad. Yeah. It's like, it's pretty damn funny. Especially when like I was in the thick of like school and everybody talked like that big time. Like,
Right.
but yeah, it's just like accepting that swag of like a little bit, it's almost like a bluesy, soulful Southern thing that I tend to pull out of my voice. That's like, if I just let that accent come out, it's fine. Like you can't stifle that and you can't sound like you're enunciating everything, you know?
Yeah.
It was painful to hear you just do that.
Yeah, you're like, God, dude, stop.
I mean, accents are weird in general. Like,
They are.
Like, I've noticed, I haven't noticed. I have been told that since moving here, I have developed
up
a little bit of that. A little bit of, like, picked up some of the Southern. And I've never noticed it.
Totally.
But my sisters have said something when I go back to San Diego. They're like, why are you
sure.
talking like that?
It's when you go West Coast or, I mean, especially, or you go anywhere but the South. It's like, they will, yeah.
But I assumed that, like, well, in California, they don't have an accent, right? Until I lived here long enough.
You go,
and if somebody starts talking to me,
so,
I can almost
yeah.
immediately be like, you're from California.
Oh my
Within
God.
like 10 seconds.
I have, like I said, I have cousins in California, and yeah, they talk that lingo, and I'm like,
It's
they're like,
crazy.
that was hella crazy. Like that was
Okay,
hella.
first of all, Hella's NorCal.
yes,
all
they're
right.
Marin County.
Okay.
They
All
are,
right, all right.
they are.
So
hold
not
up.
like California.
San Rafael.
Yeah, not like California.
No, you're right.
They're from,
You're
like,
right.
Canada.
They're from, bro. No, they're from the Bay Area, and I love the Bay Area, but I also love Southern California. I do have cousins in San Diego.
Yeah.
A cousin in San Diego.
Randy Tippin.
Randy.
Randy Tippin.
Randy is so awesome. She's amazing.
Shout out to Randy.
Love you, Randy. No, but they do. They live in San Diego now, and they used to live in Washington State. But anyway, yeah, I got peeps everywhere. But they do. Like they have that accent, and you're like, oh yeah, no, that's a California accent.
That's an accent.
That's an accent.
Like, who speaks base language? Like base English. You know what I mean?
Kentucky.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
My
Kentucky.
girlfriend speaks like perfect whatever it is. Like
Really?
when I met her, I was like, you guys have the most interesting accent. And I couldn't pin it. I'm like, wait, it's the most perfect accent. It's like the most least accent. The most leastest accent.
Kentucky?
I think, well, no, okay.
No,
'Cause I've been watching-
does
okay,
she
look,
kinda-
I've been watching
does
Not
she kinda
Eastern
talk
Kentucky.
Like this? She kind of talk like this?
No, not at all.
Do you think that's the perfect accent?
No. Well, it's a great accent. You sound like Tyler Childers, which that was a really good Eastern Kentucky accent. She's from Western Kentucky,
Okay.
like on the Indiana line. So it's like,
Oh.
it's like almost Midwest, but
Okay.
not quite. And it's like, it was so, Owensboro specifically is where she's from. And it's like, she has another friend that I, like, when we were first starting dating, like, I was like, they talk exactly the same, and it's the craziest. She talks probably more like me now, honestly. You know, you
Yeah.
just start to, we probably
Yeah, you
both
pick up on
morphed
each
in it.
other.
Yeah. But like, I was like, whoa, this accent's like maybe the perfect accent.
So
like
it's-
nothing's there. Like, what
Like,
is
it's just
this?
almost just like just
It was pretty
pure
flatline.
English.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's because she's got so close to Indiana.
Yeah, because I would say Eastern Kentucky, there ain't no way.
No. It's like
Yeah.
almost full Western Kentucky
'Cause
on the border of Indiana. When it goes back down, you know, it kind of goes up and goes back down. She's like right here, on the Ohio.
So I've noticed, I think we talked about this
River.
last week on the show. Like, if you drive to Indiana,
yep.
you will notice, like, if you stop at a gas station in Kentucky, like, even 20 or 30 minutes from the border, you'll get out and they'll be like, hi, honey pie, can I help you?
Yeah.
You want a
Yeah.
cigarette?
Yeah.
And then you go like 30 minutes more and you cross the line into Indiana and they're like, hey there, how can I help you?
How can I
I'm
help
like,
you?
What the
Yeah.
fuck? I just
Where am I?
how is it changing that quick?
It is pretty wild.
That's where it happens.
Yeah.
It's Indiana,
Well,
Kentucky.
I don't know what goes on
It's
in
the Ohio
Indiana.
River, man. Something's in it. We don't know about all.
But in my mind,
know about all
Indiana has got to be. It's just the most boring state in my mind. I don't know anything about it. Never heard anything exciting about it.
As a Tennessee boy, it's a little lackluster in the. But the sunsets are crazy because it's flat and you can see, like you can see forever.
But you
and
can't see the
there's-
sunset over the ocean, which is superior.
Hey, you spoken like a true San Diegan. San Diegan.
Yeah, but I mean, Texas has incredible sunsets and sunrises for that reason.
Yeah, you're just looking out.
Long
Really?
expanses.
I'd never thought about that.
There's a beautiful thing about like, yeah, you look out and it's like, and especially people who are from there, like I get claustrophobic, man, when I get to the hills and the mountains. It's like, but I grew up in the hills. Like I love that. But there's also something peaceful about you look out forever. And it's like,
Yeah.
you can just stare out.
Yeah, I would say
Very
Indiana
cool.
overall
It's
sucks.
It's like a
But I did go recently to is it Sweetwater?
yes, they are in Indiana, aren't they?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't go to Sweetwater. I went to Fort Wayne, which is where Sweetwater
Yes,
is.
right. Yes.
So Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Yeah.
Really cool, actually.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty. Now I think
Yeah.
I went at like fall. It was like the right time of year to be there, but like
Sure.
really, really cool, actually. But it's almost to like other states. Like it's the edge of Indiana.
Totally.
Indianapolis. I don't think we
Indy-
have listeners there, but if we do, it's very boring.
I
looking
went there for the
city.
first time 2 years ago, and it was also like just coming out of COVID, so it was like real. No, it was more than 2 years ago.
It's like
I
a
guess.
post-apocalyptic wasteland.
Yeah, it was
practically still,
weird.
yeah.
It was weird. I have a soft spot for Nashville, like even the skyline, especially now because it's getting bigger. So it's like, sorry guys, but it was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
It was
That
fine.
is the review of Indiana.
That's the state motto.
But that's
We're fine,
bro.
It's fine.
Indiana,
We're fine.
it's fine.
fine.
Yeah,
but
it's
which
fine.
is so like.
I don't even know what
My
politics
girlfriend's
they have.
family is also in Indiana, so this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fucking great.
I don't.
No, I actually.
do they even have like
I swear I love
politics? I feel like they're like right in the middle of everything.
No, that's
no,
the
they're,
thing.
Like
they're
down
an
the
important political state, aren't
They're
they?
pretty.
For some reason.
Yes, they are. They 100% are. I know
some
they
numbers
are for a
reason.
fact.
Right.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing.
the crossroads of America.
That's their. Oh, that's what they're called.
So straight up, that
That's what we're talking
proof's
about.
in the pudding,
Yeah.
yo.
We're just right in the middle. The crossroads.
Hey, this is you're here.
Someone has to be there.
Somebody's got to do it. No, that's a perfect. It's a perfect motto. Yeah.
Now, when I was a kid, there was a show called Erie, Indiana.
Is that like a haunted thing?
Kind of. It was like about a kid
Yeah.
that looked into ghost stories and stuff like that. Him and his friend, like something's weird with this town. Everything's a little quirky and off.
Okay.
It was kind of like if the Twilight Zone lived in one place and it's Erie, Indiana, and every episode a new
So is that where Lake
supernatural.
Erie is?
What's that?
Is that where Lake Erie is?
I'm sure it touches it. Wesley, fact check that.
Fact check.
I'm
check.
sure if I had to guess, I would say Lake Erie touches Indiana. That would be a guess
I'm trying to
up
think.
at the top. But in either case, Erie, Indiana,
So
was this cool supernatural show. And so growing up, I thought like, ooh, Indiana, like it's crazy,
mystical.
wild, supernatural X-Files place.
In the meantime, it's just farmlands
No,
and
it's-
suburbs.
Yeah, it's just
it's
really
corn.
boring.
and it's corn.
Lake
Yeah.
Erie does not touch Indiana.
Fuck.
Shit.
There's a whole other state, isn't there? It's Ohio. Does it touch Ohio?
Correct. Yeah, it
Okay.
touches
Yeah.
Ohio.
I started thinking, I'm like, shit, I don't think Indiana
That's what I was
touches-
thinking because like Sandusky is on the lake. Like it's on. I've been there, Sandusky, Ohio. Right. That's which is like Cedar Point's right there
Oh, cool.
up in. So that checks out. Geography. Welcome to geography.
Geography. Yeah.
We
We are the
actually used to
geography podcast.
We used to say
no,
that.
that's what I heard.
We used to say
I've
that all
heard
the time.
Yeah, I've really heard that.
Anyway, okay, any other fucking topic besides Indiana? Moving on.
Oh my god,
Jesus. Yeah, you gonna be in trouble.
bro, it's gonna suck. I love y'all. I swear.
Shit. Let's move on to Kansas.
I know we've shit all over Murfreesboro.
I know,
Indiana. Like, all right.
I don't want to talk shit about Indiana anymore. I want to talk shit about Kansas.
Okay, come on.
I don't
Tornadoes.
want to really talk
Fuck
about
tornadoes.
it. Just as long as we
Seriously.
can all agree it's the most boring state. It makes Indiana look like Tennessee.
I haven't been there in a long time, but I just remember I have a total phobia of like wind. Especially when I was a kid, I was really fucking scared of wind because I got caught
Really?
in a tornado one time on the
Really?
interstate. Yeah.
Okay, just tell that story.
Wait, yeah, hold on.
Okay.
What?
Fuck Kansas.
So
Go on.
so my
We're editing
mom
this to be the beginning of the show now.
love this. My mom, we were with my cousins from California, from Marin County. They came over and they're like, "Yeah, show us the sights. Show us." Well, I think we went to Gatlinburg is where we were going to go. We're like, "Well, you got to see Gatlinburg."
Yeah, Gatlinburg's awesome.
Hell yeah! So we're on I-40, going there. We did the whole thing. We're coming back, and weather's getting shittier and shittier. It's like, yeah, it's fine. I'm super young. I'm probably 5 or 6, but it's like one of those core memories.
Yeah.
And it just started getting louder and louder and louder, and like the hail hitting the car, and just like everywhere. It's like, oh God. And I'm just like, and me and the younger cousin.
I don't think that's what you were trying to do.
No, that's representing the sirens.
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
That's so good. That's what it was.
So the wind's coming through.
The wind's coming
Sounds
through.
just like this.
That's good. That was great. That was great. And yeah, that's my night terror. Every night I hear that.
Is it a
Sleep
DJ or a
paralysis.
tornado? Could be anything.
Could be anything, dude. My mom was like, oh, this is a tornado. Like to my aunt, like, oh no, this isn't a bad storm. This is a tornado. We're in a tornado. To an overpass or whatever, and get under it, and just the van's going. It was this old conversion van. Like
Oh my gosh.
Yes, my family is notorious for having the absolute shittiest cars. Fact. Like, on God. Coolest thing ever now as you're older. When you're younger, you're like
Just get a car that works.
Literally, get a cool car, guys. No, it's going to be a Dodge conversion van that's purple. That's what it's going to be, which is great. But no, it was like, it was shaking, and I just remember being petrified, which is like, it probably wasn't that bad. But what happened was...
Did you see the tornado?
No. Well...
Because I want to see one in real life. I want to see one with my own eyes.
I want to see that shit.
I've seen videos.
Apparently, it went like right by us. It ripped
crazy.
trees off everywhere, and that was we had to stop because I think there were trees down on the interstate, so we had to find a...
Yeah.
But anyway, that's like my fear of like wind. I feel like starts from there, and then like then
I would
Where does
think
it
so.
go?
Yeah.
then where does it go?
Yeah.
Then my dad was playing a show in Kansas, and me and my brother bought a PS2 this run. We were gonna sit on the bus and play PlayStation 2.
Top 3 games.
My parents would not buy us consoles, so me and my brother would have to pool money together, and we'd buy our shit, like buy our Xbox and buy our. And so we bought a PS2. It was a refurb. Oh, we were so stoked.
What games did you have?
Really sad. Get ready. It's was it Monsters versus? No. It was shit. It was like a Alien versus Monster game or something.
Predator?
Like, no. It was. Oh my God.
Aliens.
Check
versus.
Look it up. I'm blanking. Oh, and then also one of the Pierce Brosnan ones. It was not GoldenEye either.
Right.
It was a
remember when they
different one,
released it.
and I lost the fucking disc, and it drove me crazy. I still can't. I think it was, Fire or something, or like, and I loved
can
it.
picture the
and I
cover of
lost
that.
the damn disc, and I was so sad. Other one I loved was the Superman game, the Superman Returns game, because you could
fly.
You could fly and pick up. You could pick up people and like
really?
put them on top of it. I think
Was it Destroy All Humans?
No. Like, it was something versus, like Monsters versus. It was Monsters versus Aliens, maybe, but like, it might have been Monsters versus Aliens, straight up.
So did you see the people die, or do you just like assume they died later of like
I can't remember.
Exposure.
I can't remember. Yeah, they probably died from like breaking the sound barrier with him, with them in Superman's hands.
Sure.
That
that'll do it.
tends to be a bad thing. Yeah.
So you bought the PS2 and
Yeah, so you
Kansas.
got a PS2.
So we bought the PS2, and we just sat on the bus. But then a freaking like bad storm came through, and I don't think it was a tornado, but like the bus started rocking, and I was like, "Oh, I'm fine. We're good." I just remember being petrified. So anyway, I've always had a fear of wind.
Derecho?
To what?
sorry,
Huh?
what?
Who am
You
I?
guys heard of this? Wes, you gotta look this up. I was watching.
Wait, that looked right. What you were on there? Is that it? Oh, I thought. Never mind. Sorry, Derecho. Look up that. Look up that.
Yeah, what is that?
What is Derecho, please?
So I was watching this. There's a show on. I think it's Apple TV. It's called like Amazing Stories, I think, and it's a remake of like a show from the '90s. Okay, look at Derecho.
What?
That sure looks like a tornado, doesn't it?
Looks like a nader to me, brother. I wouldn't fuck with that.
So Anyway, in this show, a derecho went by, and they're in this basement of an old house. And when the derecho happened, he time traveled back to 1919.
God.
And
That's
every
terrifying.
time a derecho would happen, he'd like travel in time if he was in this
So
basement.
really don't mess with derechos.
All I know about derechos is this: they last for some period of time.
Yeah,
So
Okay, that's like not knowing a thing.
that's great.
That's the same as not knowing.
They last
They
for a
last for
certain
a
amount.
period of time.
Okay.
They
That's what
exist.
you can't-
You know,
yeah.
they
No,
exist.
let me elaborate.
They are.
they are.
The only thing I know is I don't know anything.
Damn.
Let me elaborate.
Okay, go.
They actually stay in an area for a period of time, aka like weeks.
Oh shit.
So when there's a derecho, this is all based on a fictional show I saw on Apple TV.
So he
okay?
still doesn't.
All right,
I feel like if they stayed for weeks, we would have heard about these.
I assume they did their fact checking. It stayed in the area for like 2 weeks. For 2 weeks, there's a derecho. Second, a big ass storm happens very fast out of nowhere when it's derecho time.
Okay.
Derecho time.
Third,
time.
the pressure goes down.
Okay.
And a barometer will show it going down.
Lovely.
That is what they use to show the time travel is about to happen.
Oh, I see.
And finally, they get really bad. There can be bad flooding.
Mm-hmm.
And every 100 years or so, there can be a super derecho.
Oh gosh.
Sure, obviously.
Yeah. So this is all gathered from a show about time travel. But I would bet those 5 facts are probably true.
I have another phobia now. Derechos. Thank you. Give fear a name. It's derecho. Dorito?
Anyway,
No.
fear of
No.
fear of wind. Not heard
Yeah,
of
what's
yet.
that called?
Straight up.
There's got to be a medical name for it.
what's the phobia for fear of wind? I'm so curious.
Is it like
actually.
windobia?
You know what I was
It's way
thinking
cooler
about?
than that, I promise.
What I was thinking about the other day was like here in the U.S. we get tornadoes.
Yeah.
A lot. We get crazy wildfires.
Totally.
We got gnarly earthquakes.
Yeah.
We got hurricanes coming. Everything. We had all the things.
We do.
Everything.
We have it all.
I never hear about that shit from anywhere else.
No, actually,
It's anchrophobia.
anchrophobia. Bro, I have anchrophobia. So
Anchrophobia.
Fear of anchors.
shit. Is that an anchor? Hit it. Wait. What is it?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
In this derecho. Oh shit.
Yeah. Do they have? I mean, I assume they have all these things in other countries too, right?
I will say
Wesley, are there natural disasters in other countries?
I don't think so. I think that's just America. Damn it. And that's ours.
We're number one.
Fuck yeah. Coming again to save the motherfucking day, yeah. No, I just
Freedom
think
is the only way. Yeah.
is that Team America?
Yeah. We're
Oh no, we all know Team America. That's not good, guys. That's not good.
I'm surprised you know Team America.
Because if you knew who my dad was, you'd know why I know Team America. Yeah.
Is he a fan?
Yes, he loves South Park too.
As
my God.
As he should.
Oh my God, his nickname, like, out on tour was Kyle.
Really?
Everybody would call him Kyle.
Kyle!
Growing up, that was it. Like, everybody would call
Really?
him Kyle. I'm like, what the fuck? His name's not Kyle. Not my dad's name. But everybody would call him Kyle. My
Interesting.
brother-in-law still. No, wait, is he brother-in-law? Yeah, I think so.
I don't mean this in an anti-Semitic way, but is your dad
What?
Jewish?
No.
That's the only defining factor of Kyle as a character.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's their
guys.
number one thing.
I have no idea. Yeah, I don't. They called him Kyle. I just do know that. And he had a sticker, a little South Park sticker, like, on his.
Did somebody say, God damn it, Kyle?
God damn it, Kyle. Yeah, actually, yes.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that
That's
explains
probably
it.
it.
Yeah, that was real tame for starting the sentence with, I don't mean this in an anti-Semitic way.
Yeah, I was like,
I was like,
whoa,
where are we going
What did
all of a
I
sudden?
do? What is going to happen? I'm fucking
Hey,
canceled tomorrow. This is great.
You got to
This
be
is awesome.
careful. Nashville has Nazis
Fucking
again.
Christ.
So
Oh my God.
we have to be careful.
Apparently. Jeez
Yeah.
Louise.
This, I will say, the show likes Jewish people. I can put that on the
Yes,
record. And
yes.
we are against Nazis.
Yeah,
Facts,
I agree
yes.
with both those
There's a
statements.
lot of things that we can't say because we don't want to be canceled. But I can say, without a doubt, we don't like Nazis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
no,
We're actually
Nazis. That's bullshit.
not in support of
That's
them.
not good. That's not good.
Yeah, to be clear, if
No.
anybody was wondering.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
just you know?
Anti-Nazi.
You've probably been sitting there wondering for a while.
Guys,
Where are these
that's-
guys going to come out on Nazis?
I've been waiting all day for this.
could go either way.
I just had no
No.
idea.
But for those who don't know, Ryan was referencing there was a bunch of Nazis here.
Yeah.
What, yesterday? 2 days ago? It was
Yeah.
like just recently.
It was very recent.
I
Yeah.
didn't know it was happening.
I just.
And then I just saw like a picture online, and
exactly.
I was like, "What?"
Social media. I was like, oh, wow.
I saw a pretty big, like one of the more well-known mixers in Nashville posted about them the other day or last night, and he said like he was basically talking shit about them and like basically fuck these clowns, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he wrote like his post is hard to explain, but he did mention he's like, as a First Amendment supporter, I support their right to do this, but also fuck them.
But also, I
Yeah.
support my right to say fuck them.
Which
so,
I think
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
But also, I thought, and I did have to think about this because I'm like, First Amendment, anyone should be able to talk, and you have to allow people you don't like saying things you don't like to be able to talk to. Because if you don't, that means nobody can. Like everybody has to be
Yeah,
allowed to say what
that's
they
true.
want. That's what the First Amendment is. But also,
Yeah.
I thought, I wonder if there was anybody who had been in World War II down on Broadway that day, or if there's, by the way, if there's anyone from World War II still alive.
Not
I don't even
many.
know if that's true.
Seriously,
some.
there's very few. Like like.
But if
when
there
did it
had
happen?
been, if there
40
had been,
8? 46?
1945.
I should know all this, but like, there's fighter pilots who I met one of them, like 2 years ago, and he was in his like late 90s. It was
Yeah,
like
it was 80
and-
years ago.
And I'm pretty sure he was like coming up on like one of the last, and I was like, holy shit, that's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, like
Crazy.
like now, I think like the youngest you could be. Let's say you snuck in early and
Right,
got him
right,
at 15.
right.
You know, you would still be in your 90s.
No, and that's
now.
the thing. Like they're all gone.
That's-
Which is
that's crazy.
I
Did you
had a
just do that
weird.
math?
Okay, this
Yeah.
is a total rabbit trail. But I had the weird thing because they have all those signs about the Civil War around Tennessee. If you've noticed, I saw one today on my walk to Vanderbilt, and I was like, wait a minute. There, and I just did the math. I was like, oh, it said 1883, or that could be so wrong, but it said
Sure.
a date 1800s. And I was like,
Yeah.
there was somebody in like, and what I related it to was my my grandfather. I was like, oh shit, people were alive from the Civil War. Like then they were,
Yeah.
and that's where a lot of that they were, like the
Like
Confederacy
during World War
versus.
II, people were still alive from the Civil War.
Yeah, which is crazy, and
That's
that's why
nuts.
that's also embedded in our culture because that was
it like
all,
just happened. It
I know.
wasn't that long ago.
We
yeah, it's
we're
crazy.
such a young culture. Like America's so young. Like
what 250 years about?
yeah, like it's wild. We're not that old. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, you could have like what a great great grandparent who was like, I mean, I don't know if that math works out, but let's say they were real old, you know.
But yeah, it seems so almost like fictitious at this point, which is just
Right.
you can't help that. That's
No,
so impossible to help. And also, I'm not on like a soapbox or anything, but it's like also wild, like how
It
it's
is.
like
Yeah, it is
It
wild.
goes
But you're
by.
right, you can't help it. I mean, you didn't live it,
no hell.
so it's
no.
just a story,
yeah, it's
know,
which is crazy.
which is
It's just-
crazy. Yeah,
And it was like the fact, like I actually imagine this is wow. How the hell did I get here? Civil War, guys. But like, imagine us.
What did you just say?
Civil War, guys.
Yeah, woo! Wait, Civil War, the first Civil War, you mean? Second one's going to be coming.
Yeah, Captain America, he's out.
We need a real
Downey's
hero.
out. I know he's not doing another
Tom
one.
Tippin.
Oh God.
He was a normal boy until he was bit by a skeleton.
Yeah. Shit's crazy. Can you imagine fighting your cousin, bro? I'm gonna have to kill you, man. That's wild.
Oh
That's
yeah, like we
insane.
would definitely be against the Californians. That's what it would.
Yeah,
I think Civil War
actually.
II would basically be like California versus everyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Or
no.
Texas
No,
versus
actually, it would-
everyone.
It would be the South. It would be the exact same thing.
It really would
think
be.
so?
Then
South
just
versus
then
North,
just
yeah.
add the West Coast in
Yeah.
because they're here now.
If there was a second Civil War, and that's how it went down,
Yeah.
I'd move back to California.
I don't know. It's tough.
Dude, I don't think that people would be anywhere close to motivated to doing. There's a very, I don't know. I know the people who are like, the South will rise again. I'm very familiar with these folks.
Yeah.
But those are the people who genuinely want that, like, which is like, what the fuck? But also, like, everyone else would be like, fuck no. We don't want to do that. What the fuck?
Like, I'm just trying to get my paycheck so I can buy some
bro,
beer.
I'm trying to, literally, or like, even like, I'm trying to have a livable fucking income where a house doesn't cost an arm and a leg
But that's
and a leg
what
and a
leads
leg.
to it. Is it
Good
leads to it that the
point.
economy gets worse and worse.
shit.
And that's what leads to it.
Well, humans are human, I guess.
I mean,
that's
that's
the thing.
literally what caused World War II, right?
Damn it. You're so right. A Great Depression. Yeah. Well, it's in
It
Germany.
was, in Germany, it was the
Germans.
reparations from World War I.
Yeah,
So
and they
caused
were
their economy
so
to
poor,
crash.
they were looking to somebody.
And so they'll take anything.
Anything. Damn, shit.
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't sound so far off now, does it?
No, but it is. And that's the other thing. I watched that new Hunger Games movie. What the fuck did we do, guys? Why are we here?
But in my head, I just thought about like writing the description for the episode and like
I don't
like
think we've ever covered this many topics so fast.
This is a normal conversation with me. Just so you know.
as
This
I thought
shouldn't
about
be this way.
As I thought about the show description, it'd be like we talked about Aaron's history as a musician, touring, playing the Grand Ole Opry. We laughed about the Civil War.
Yeah, we did. We did it.
You mean, yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
was
Yeah,
like,
we laughed about Civil War. So, damn, we're toast, guys. We're toast.
Anyway, to like wrap that segment up, we don't support the Nazis, and they
Yeah.
shouldn't be doing stuff.
Fair enough.
There
All
you
right.
go. That's cool. I'll
I think
accept
that's
that.
kind of summarizing the episode so
I'll
far.
accept that. Yeah.
Jesus, yeah. I don't even know how we got here. I think you were telling us you were scared of the wind.
It was. What was the phobia again? Because I've already forgotten.
Anchorphobia.
See, that's what
Anchorophobia.
happens when you have illogical fears.
Yep.
Crazy stuff happens.
Crazy.
But I get it. Like, I don't know if I have any like straight illogical fears.
Oh, you do.
But I have one very logical slight fear,
Slight is an understatement.
which is I just prefer not to deal with spiders.
Oh, so you have arachnophobia?
But I'm not scared of them. Like, I'll kill them.
Okay.
But if I,
but will you?
If I can,
Yep, that's me.
Oh, we've already done that
Probably
one.
wondering how I ended up in.
That's fucking
but
sucks. Sorry.
If,
It's the
if I
same
can,
one.
if
Don't
I
hit
can
the green.
avoid dealing with them, I will.
Sure.
But if I must, I'll deal with it and be fine. I'm not like
Okay.
freak out.
Yeah, you're
Will
not.
you?
I don't- so I'm not arachnophobic,
Okay.
but
Tell-
you know.
Ask him to tell you a story about him dealing with a spider.
Tell me a story about dealing with spiders.
Okay, I know a story you want me to tell. But I can tell plenty of stories where I killed spiders, but I will tell the ones that you want me to tell where I did not kill the spiders. So,
Okay.
look, I was at home one day,
Okay.
eating breakfast.
All right.
And back in San Diego, this is like, I don't know, 15 years ago. Just eating breakfast at my table, and I looked right to my side, and on the wall next to me is a big old spider climbing up the
Oh,
wall.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh shit. What do I do? And I'm like, I look around. I'm like, do I kill it? It was big. I don't like killing. The bigger they are, the more I don't like killing them because they squish and you gotta feel them under. Ugh.
It's freaky.
They pop, and that just gets me inside.
Spiders shouldn't pop.
And
These are things I haven't thought about, but I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. They do.
I can
pop.
actually tell you the exact moment I developed this, by the way. And it was because I went and crushed a spider and it popped, and that feeling creeped me out so much and never left my body.
It's pretty gross.
But the spider, and I didn't know what to do, but I was like college age, and I was drinking out of a red Solo cup. So I took that cup and I just put it over the spider.
That sounds like a TikTok video, but go ahead.
But then the problem is though, now it's on the wall. It's not on
Yeah,
the.
what are you gonna do?
What do I do?
What do you do?
Do I just hold this here
All
forever?
day?
And so I'm looking around, and there's a roll of duct tape within reach. So I take the duct tape and I duct tape the cup to the wall,
Oh my.
and I grab a Sharpie because I have a roommate, and I write spider, and then I go to work.
Well,
I
look,
thought of like
you
at
couldn't
least
just,
one other thing to do, but anyway, go ahead.
So when I
you
get
couldn't
home,
just not label it.
Yeah.
His roommate might.
Bro, what
Take
the
the-
fuck is that?
now he
His
knows.
roommate
Is that
might
a
take
hog?
He might take
Like-
it off the wall and let the spider loose.
That would be crazy.
Yeah. So when I get home
Okay.
later, my roommate's sitting on the couch watching TV, and he just goes, "Hey," it was all my cousin. You know, we knew each other well. It wasn't some rando. And he goes, "Is there a spider under that cup?" that's taped to the wall? And I was like, yeah.
What does it say,
What
bro?
do you think it was going to be?
Hello. Read much?
And so, he goes, well, do you want me to kill it? And I'm like, you can do whatever you want, but I'm not doing it. So I think he killed the spider.
You think?
Or it's still there to this day. I don't know.
So that's the story that you just duct taped a spider to a
That's it.
wall?
Oh, it's not a big deal. I didn't get freaked out. But then another time, I was on the phone.
Okay.
Same apartment. A lot of spiders in this
Yeah, what the
apartment.
fuck? This is not a good apartment.
And I was on the phone with someone, and there was a spider up in the corner.
Okay.
And I noticed, I was like, oh, shit, spider. So I got to deal with it, but I can't, get up in the corner of, this. So I grabbed the hand, a hand vacuum. I'm like, I'll just vacuum that sucker up. No problem.
How did that go?
Well, I go to suck it up, right into the vacuum. And I'm
Nice.
like, dope, we did it.
Dunzo.
The second it sucks it up, I hear the vacuum start to die. Not because the spider got jammed
Oh,
up.
it
The
just
battery just started to
okay.
die.
I was like,
Yeah, I know.
Big
What
fat
kind of
spider.
big ass spider?
It's very bad timing.
And so immediately just, and I was like, So I started to panic. So I'm like, what do I? So I grab a bunch of paper towels, I shove them in the end, and I'm like, but now what do I? So I take the whole thing, put it in the freezer.
what?
It'll kill it. It'll kill it.
no, it was put into cryo.
Yeah. You preserve this spider for years and years, millions of years to come. They're gonna find this.
Like
this
in-
species is so rare. We haven't seen this in ages.
In 2095, they finally eradicated all spiders, but
And
your
then-
frozen spider wakes up,
Brings
Bro.
them back.
reintroduces spiders like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that
And
vacuum.
they're so powerful now because they have all of the predators are gone.
No
Like they
competition.
died. Yeah. This is awesome.
Yeah, so I
This is a good movie.
now, I don't
Anyway.
know how long that vacuum stayed in the freezer, but
So you never got.
I never got it out.
So you have no idea if someone got it.
I
out.
assume Travis, my same roommate, got it out, but I don't know.
It's amazing.
It still could still be there. So it was really cheap apartments. They didn't clean that shit out afterwards.
Hell no. Somebody's on there fuck, we didn't make ends meet. We need food, and they just spider
Protein. So
That's awesome.
but I'm not terrified of spiders.
Okay.
But it kind of, when he says that doesn't feel true anymore, knowing those stories, does it?
I just prefer not to deal with spiders.
Okay.
That doesn't feel true to me.
I have
Does that feel true when you say it?
aversion.
Doesn't feel true.
I don't know. I think you're on the edge with spiders, man.
Maybe. So anyways, my point is, I get being scared of the wind.
Thank you.
I get it.
I feel validated.
This episode can't not be called Tom Tippin is Afraid of the Wind.
Well, it's got to be. But you got to make it alliteration.
Oh, well, we'll work on
Tom
that.
Tippin
Is terrified.
Tom
terrified.
Tippin, terrified of
Tornadoes.
tornadoes.
Okay.
Tom Tippin's terrified of tornadoes.
Yeah.
That's so true.
This
and
actually works.
Yeah, bro.
that-
You should
that
be
tracks.
too.
It plays.
That stuff can kill you, bro.
That stuff can
In
kill you.
parentheses, and you should be too.
And you should
There
be
we
too.
go.
I like that. Okay.
That's actually a great episode title.
Write that down, Wesley.
Write that down. Yeah.
Write that down.
Well, I mean, we've been talking for a little while.
Wow, there you go. There's
That
your
was the
southern
southernality
accent.
right there,
There it
baby.
was.
Little
Little
southernality. Wow.
Wow.
Now,
Sorry,
I've
we've
been
been talking for a little while.
Wow. No. Wow.
Oh, you're right. That's worse.
That's all right. That's all right.
While.
While. There we go.
We should probably let people hear the second song.
By all means, yeah. The second song is Sympathy. This is a song about, it's a song about
Sympathy.
whoa, wait, have you heard this song?
You're in
I
his
just feel
head.
like, I just feel like
It's like it's like we're on the same
we have a
wavelength,
connection.
bro. Dude. No, it's like the feeling of when your feelings are invalidated because you're a dude, and it's man up, be a fucking man. Don't be a baby about it. It's sometimes you just want a little bit of sympathy, literally. And I just I was literally feeling that exact sentiment and just was chunking out chords and it's this came out. So is another one of those super quick songs that was this is how I feel right now. And it's just that whole as a man having to be on all the time, having to be the macho guy. And it's I can't do that all the time. And also that's not me. I feel shit and I feel bad and I feel scared and I feel sad. And it's that's not something that I can just hide or sometimes
you
you need sympathy and you don't need to be invalidated because of your feelings of something. It's I think that's important. That's like a. Hey, this guy. Literally, he's like, baby.
No, that did make me think though. I see online.
This guy's weak as fuck.
You see people online post like,
Beta much?
I'll see like a girl
alpha,
post
motherfuckers.
I sort of be like, sound like a bitch.
yeah, but not like you're right
But no,
in every
actually.
way.
Yeah.
But I've seen like a few posts on like Twitter and stuff where it was like some girl will be like, I told my boyfriend he was handsome or something. He cried. Like he'd never received a compliment in his life. But when I read, and I've seen those a few times, and I don't believe any of them. None of them are true. But when I read it, I just in my head I do kind of go like, what a bitch. Like, and I'm like, oh, that's part of the problem.
But it no.
like, oh no, I'm doing
I'm
it.
the problem. It's me. See, we know Taylor Swift. That makes us.
We are not toxic masculinity. We love Taylor Swift. No, but it is so weird the things indoctrinated into you as like as a male. It's like just there are things, and that's inherently how it is. But it's like also, is it? You know?
Yeah.
Are we not just human at the base of it? So that's what it's about. That's what sympathy is about. Yeah.
Feel like a sorry piece of shit. What you see is what you get. I can't get a smile to stick on my face. Feeling miserable right now. Maybe you could help me out. Tell me I ain't gonna go insane. Well, quit your bitching, don't nobody wanna hear it. Oh God, I wish I never said a word. Yeah, I just need a little bit of sympathy. Oh, invalidate when you don't know a thing. Be a man, grow up, understand. Nobody's gonna hold your hand. Well, I got panic attacks, trying to keep it under wraps. What the fuck kind of advice was that? Yeah, I just need a little bit of sympathy. Ooh, I invalidate when you don't know a thing. Oh, I'm fragile and that's just the way I am. And I don't think I'm asking for much now. Yeah, I need a little bit of sympathy. If calling me a pretty boy makes you feel macho man, then go ahead, but it ain't gonna change the way I am. No, I need a little bit of sympathy. I invalidate when you don't know a thing. Oh, I'm fragile and that's just the way I am. And I don't think I'm asking for much. No, yeah, I need a little bit of sympathy. Huh.
And we're back.
So, before that, it's really messed things up. I said this last week, I think, but it's really messed us up that Wesley will say, can talk now, and he'll say, and we're back. Because then Jury says, and we're back, and then it's comical. And then I laugh. The first thing I do.
I've
And
said
we're back.
and we're back every episode, every time for so long, I can't get used to it, to
Yeah.
not saying it. Sorry.
But we are back.
But we are back.
We are actually,
Just to be clear.
we're keeping this. We
this
could
whole
edit it
thing.
out, and yet we won't.
No, absolutely
That's
not.
a problem.
No, we're back.
We have a problem.
And we're back.
So, okay, so that was Sympathy.
Yeah.
Before we jumped into that, we, hit on the topic of Taylor Swift. I want to ask you, so you're a little bit younger than us. We're the same. We happen to be the same age. So
He's older, actually.
True. I'm like 4 months older than him.
Oh, okay. Very close.
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute. It's a paradox. Anyway.
So, okay. The Super Bowl recently happened.
Yes.
The talk of the town
Lay it on me.
was
What's up?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, what about it?
And,
Which is a weird thing to be the talk of the town during the Super Bowl.
right. so and just so many Taylor Swift things it's been such a thing. But we talked about this on the show last week, but just interested in your perspective.
Yeah.
I have talked to a few different people since the Super Bowl who said they feel tailored out. Like they're like, and these are people who during the Eras tour, when she came to Nashville, were checking for tickets every 5
They were
minutes.
just crying and just weeping that she's in their town.
After the Super Bowl, they were like, I feel like I've had enough for a while. So,
Okay.
Gen Z word on the street.
Gen Z word on the street is
like,
I
what's the
love
word
Taylor
on Taylor?
Swift. And what my favorite part about her is number one, her story of where she comes from and like being
From
on
a
these
rich father. That
like Nepo
paid her
Baby.
way in.
I've been to Madeline. Okay.
What a tie-in.
Call back, baby.
Where did she come from?
Well, she like grew up in these streets, yeah, brother, on Music Row, and like doing her thing, and honestly, becoming a greater and greater and greater songwriter. All that to say, like, this is so bad, but this is actually, you know what? Here's your hot topic.
Okay.
Gen Z is really disinterested in football. That's just truth. The numbers have really fallen off for my age group. That's a big deal. What's probably been what they have been trying to find a way to get Gen Z interested and even younger, which is why there's the Nickelodeon broadcast now. They're trying to get kids because literally
There's a Nickelodeon?
Yes.
Yeah, you could watch it and it looked like you were in Bikini
Yes,
Bottom.
and they do all
like,
kinds of like slime, and it's like, they also explain the game to you. Which guess what? I know about football, yeah, but it's not my number one choice. It's something I kind of fell out of love with or never fell into love with. But I will 100% say, I'll also say this though, I've watched basically every single Super Bowl since I was 8 or 9.
It's the American thing to do.
It's the American thing to do, but as a musician, you watch the halftime show, you listen to the anthem, and you listen to, is it America the Beautiful? Anyway, yeah, that. I think all the singing portions.
songs.
Yeah, we are always, it's kind of a pinnacle of, or it's a peak of the year of like, who's going to get that big spot? So that's what we would watch. But now, as Taylor Swift is involved in this, and that, honestly, the love story of Kelsey and Swift is like the great, it was made the coolest fucking ending. That night, I was screaming at the television for them to win. It was like the world's greatest fairy tale ever. Like, it was fucking awesome. Like, I loved that. Was my
love story.
Baby, just say yes. No, literally, it was my favorite Super Bowl because like I was emotionally tied into that, and I understood, and it weirdly bled into. I understood the game. I understood like
all of a sudden you could get it. It's like
it's dumb, but it's
numbers in front of your head. Wait a minute, hold on.
But it's like you all of a sudden gain this interest that you otherwise really wouldn't have had, and you're like, oh fuck, I actually do get why people enjoy this, why this is really cool, how like, and it did. I think it's an incredible thing that I guarantee it brought a lot of Gen Z to the NFL that would have never been there, myself included.
I hate so much of what you just said.
Love it. So I'm a total Taylor Swift stan. Yeah,
Well,
I have to say. So
No, I appreciate it. But I think something it's surprising because I'm not Gen Z. I what I think Gen Z is, I feel like should not support Taylor Swift.
okay, explain.
But it sounds like you're down. And our guest last week was like also refuted this. And she was very much like she's all in on Taylor Swift. She identifies as a Swiftie, so
Lovely. I can't say I do. I'll tell you only because actually yes I do. That's bullshit. But also I don't want someone to be like name every single second of every single like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I can't. But I also
Well, people who act like that are just assholes. So
it can yeah. It can get too much, but like also, yes, I as a part of her fan base, Swiftie, absolutely, because I genuinely do love her, and I love her music, and also I love who she works with, and Jack Antonoff, and like
Antonoff,
holy
yeah.
fuck, like,
I do respect Jack Antonoff.
holy shit. Well,
Here's where I can't. Here's the part that I think is the rub. Okay.
okay,
All right. Taylor Swift.
go ahead.
Here's what I think. I feel like Gen Z has been marketed as we're sick of. I think one defining factor that I've picked up on or been told is Gen Z is sick of the commercial shit. Hence TikTok versus Instagram. Like
Right.
what thrives on TikTok is like this very authentic iPhone footage shit quality video work
Right.
and just like videos that are objectively not good.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's probably shifting as the generation gets older.
Sure.
But like here's a video of my iPhone and me talking whatever versus something that's like more polished.
Right.
So like one big difference between like millennial media versus TikTok media was millennial media was like everybody was trying to like get good at cameras and stuff.
Right.
And so it's all like polished. Whereas Gen Z was this very like unpolished kind of whatever.
Right.
All right. So connecting this back to Taylor Swift. So if one of the so tell me, I mean, first I guess the first premise is important, or else the rest doesn't make sense. I feel like I've been told Gen Z is like grown up with so many ads and so much just in so much
Yeah.
media shoving
Yeah.
shit down your throat that it's like we want something more authentic. We don't want the polished, advertised,
Right.
hand me down, like something more real. A jadedness with commercialism.
Okay.
Does that sound right? Am I
So
talking out of my ass?
No, I think that I do think that's true. But then I can relate that to Taylor Swift as she took it upon herself to re-record every single one of her own songs.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's the most indie shit ever.
It's not.
That's indie
It's
as
the most
fuck.
business
Yeah,
thing ever.
that's like rich.
Oh my god.
Top 1% business
I mean,
move.
and I know, and
I
other
think
people have
Taylor-
tried to do it, but she just happens to be in the greatest point of her career to do it, and it absolutely made sense. Because oh my god, I personally know artists who have recut their songs. I mean.
Yeah.
They worked for what they worked for, but they sure as shit did not do what Taylor Swift did. Yeah, she's a fucking business lady, and she's very intelligent, obviously.
I just think that that's the part. I can't fault her for being a business person. I can't fault her. I think that's if you want to be a business person, that's a great thing to be. Like, I have no problem with that. So that's awesome. You can't get mad at somebody for being successful. We all want to be successful. So
For sure.
please be successful. But the crazy part is like bringing it back. I just think that like the narrative that she is able to tell about herself doesn't align with reality. And so that's the part that's
Okay. Explain.
I'm 100% with you on this.
Okay.
not to be against you.
I'm a
Go
huge
on.
fan of. I'm a big fan of Taylor Swift
Okay.
as well, and my wife is a big
But-
Swiftie.
Yeah.
Okay. Explain that.
Okay, so what I mean is the other way to look at Taylor Swift is, and this goes right back to our topic of nepotism.
Yeah.
And so we might all have, by the way, what I'm about to say might be very unfair. And it might be very unfair.
To be fair, she doesn't care what you think.
That's.
Absolutely true.
So
she
it's
gives
fine.
zero shits.
I mean, she does listen to every episode, to be clear.
I know,
But,
just so everybody knows, but she doesn't care.
yeah.
She doesn't need
Actually, she does care, but it's fine.
to on the inside.
On the inside.
But okay, the story around town is that her dad is mega rich and
Right.
basically bought her way in. Now, I don't think that's if somebody were representing that side of things all on itself, I might defend her and go, hey, but that is the oldest story in the book is like super rich dad trying to buy their kids way in. And that's like and because we talked about nepotism earlier,
Sure.
I'll just make sure to say, obviously that's not you. You had to do shit with hogs.
Yeah. Duh. Hogs, bruh.
But it's like the oldest that I have met so many people who are like that. And so the first thing I need to give Taylor Swift credit for is that's not enough. Like somebody can spend, even I say this all the time, like if record labels could spend enough money to make a Taylor Swift, they would.
Yeah.
So it's way beyond just
It is.
the early money. But so I will say like, I'm trying to speak out of both sides of my mouth
Totally.
because I think that both are true.
Yeah.
I think on the one hand, there's zero fucking chance in hell that somebody who sings at the level Taylor Swift at least could sing when she was 16 could enter and become the phenomenon she is. That couldn't happen if you were poor.
Well,
Fucking can't happen.
highly unlikely.
At the time. without TikTok and everything else, zero fucking chance. I'm speaking very strongly.
Okay.
Because I'm about to speak out of the other side of my mouth.
Go ahead.
You could spend $20 million trying to make somebody become as big as she is.
Yeah.
You spend $20 million trying to do it and not succeed.
Yeah.
So there's way more to her.
Here's where
Yeah.
I think it comes in, and I think it's what makes Taylor Swift, and how it started. And I really do think it has everything to do with her songwriting, and it's this. I know a lot of people who go, and what? Like, songwriting? What do you mean? I don't think she's good. It's like, no, it's because it's not, then the music's probably not for you. It's probably not written for you, because there was a huge hole in country for young women, and she filled that hole that was like really, really real, super real. Just saying the shit that just about teenage love. It's like, that was like girl teenage love. That was not a thing to talk about. And it's like, I think, and I also listened back to her young writing. I'm like, that's crazy. Because like, when you're that young and you're writing that good, I think it's her storytelling is how I think that's how she did it. And obviously, yeah, and I think her, whatever knowledge she picked up as a business person, being able to pay attention to her image, pay attention to her eras, if you will, her different eras that really defined every album and but no, I really think, from what I've heard from the people that I know that know Taylor Swift, is like, she's just a writer, and it was like, damn, you can write, And I think that's what put her where she was. Because is she the greatest vocalist? Absolutely not. But there's also a lot of really not great vocalists who are also the best writers of all time. And the genre was country music that I'm thinking off the top of my head right now.
Yeah. Now I push back a little bit against Taylor Swift stuff sometimes, mainly because my wife is just so obsessed, and I'm a little sick of it. I'm like, you are in your 30s. Let it go.
I love it.
But I do like Taylor Swift and whatnot. But I will say, we watched the documentary. We watched her documentary that came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, it was Only the Young. Was it that one?
Maybe, I don't even remember. But and I remember afterwards, my wife was just like, that was incredible. And I was just like, what do you mean? Nothing happened. Like, her story is a very mediocre. Like, it's not a good story to tell in a documentary.
I think it was Miss Americana. I think, and
which is everyone told like her life.
I think that was that one.
And I was just like,
I'd call it the wrong title.
It's not bad against her music or her as like a star or being successful. I'm like, but that's a shitty documentary because her story's not that interesting. Because like, she got to skip the first 7 steps. Now that doesn't necessarily mean, that doesn't invalidate anything that she's done.
Sure.
But it's just not an inspiring story, and I feel like people try to act like it's so inspiring. I'm like, is it though? Is it?
I mean, I think what is cool is saying this from my girlfriend is a very, very intelligent woman, and she works in a very male-dominated field. And what she loves about Taylor Swift is just that. She is a woman who dominated a male-dominated field. And my girlfriend's invalidated lots of times, lots of days in her field of work because she's a lady. And it's like, and she's like way more intelligent than most of those guys. But it's literally just so ingrained in our society. A lot of times she just gets double taked or second, overlooked. And it's like, but that's a big thing I think Taylor Swift represents for especially females. Is like,
that's kind of a good point, that
she is so strong as a lady and stands up for women.
Yeah, great role model.
I think that's where a lot of that comes from.
More what she represents than.
I do think that's a huge part of it. Seriously, that's like, I realize the more as my girlfriend really loves Taylor Swift, and I honestly started our relationship as, I like Taylor Swift, and I could not have been a Swiftie. I couldn't have told you I was a Swiftie. But also, as I've gotten to listen to her more and how she interacts with it and how she feels about it, I'm like, damn, I get it. That is inspiring. As a woman, it's really inspiring. I think that's probably the biggest point.
And that's great. Great. And she's done a lot of cool stuff, and she's, everything I've ever seen of her seems like a genuine person who really cares about people, and I dig the music, and all of it, but like a lot of it I'm really into. Like, I've listened to a lot. I have honestly nothing bad to say against her. I have more bad things to say about her fans and how they won't shut the fuck up about
They're-
it and how inspiring she is. And I'm just like, have you even heard her story? It's okay at best.
You're like, this is fine. It's just fine.
It's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, but
No.
it's just fine.
I mean, with all art, it's all subjective.
Yeah.
And even people, it's like, and it is hard. I'm sure. It's like, she's the biggest thing in the world right now. She genuinely is. And I was talking to
massive.
somebody the other day. She's like our Elvis. She's our Michael Jackson. She's like, it happens. Like,
It's that level, yeah.
it is. It is genuinely that level. I can feel like we can say that without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
She's that
yeah,
kind of
it
person.
might be more.
I don't
think
know,
it is.
man.
I think it is too. I really do, especially just because of modern technology, the way it works. It's like
Beatlemania.
Yeah, you're right, Beatles. I forgot them. You're so right. But I just think the way it lined up, and it'll probably get
But
superseded again. You
it's
know,
disappointing to me because the other artists you named did something revolutionary musically. Taylor Swift has not done anything revolutionary on her music itself. The music itself is
more
not
about-
revolutionary.
It's more about her life.
I
and
would
what she's
love to be challenged on that.
I've
not heard a revolutionary musical idea. I think she's revolutionary as it's the Taylor Swift brand overall. It's her, it's what she represents. It's the fact that she's so secretive about her life that no one knows what it's like. And then it's recently that all of a sudden she's at football games.
Yeah.
It's that she is she's somehow magically untouchable, but also presents herself as your best friend.
Yeah.
It's the fact that she's been able to present herself
agree.
as an underdog. And this is on the other side, why I'm like, I don't get how Gen Z doesn't see through this, that the part that bothers me the most about Taylor Swift is that she's able to present herself as an underdog and her fans believe her to be an underdog. But she is the most fucking overlord of all the
She
people
is
on the
the
earth.
number one
She's
in
the
the
most
world.
elite person
wild.
on the planet, and she acts like she is an underdog,
So,
and people believe her, and that is witchcraft.
All I can say to that is, you just said it. It's witchcraft, bro. She's
something else.
She's something else. I don't know how she does it. Like literally.
Well, I had no idea that subject would get...
You just have to know. Listen,
crazy?
I deal with this every time I go out on the road. I have to defend Taylor Swift. So I come mega prepared.
Well, we do got to be getting out of here pretty soon. But before we do have one question that we ask every guest.
God.
Now, if you had to choose,
The Jaws music.
And you do.
If I had
And
to choose one.
you do.
Oh, shit.
Okay, now the important thing to note about this question
Okay, go ahead.
is the answer must not come from here.
What the... Huh?
Well, to clarify, he's pointing to his head.
So it can't come from your head.
Must come.
From your heart. Oh, whoa. That's
From the heart.
really awesome. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All
If
right,
you had
keep
to
going.
choose.
Now that you have a heads up.
Yeah. Thank you.
And you...
Oh, my God.
And you do. Okay, now what that actually means, though, coming from your heart,
Yeah.
not your head, is
Explain.
I need an answer.
We'll edit this part
quickly.
out.
Quick.
Don't want you to
Okay.
think
Don't
about
think.
it.
Okay.
I want the first thing that comes from the depths of your soul.
Okay.
We're giving you a lot of help on this question.
Yeah, this is a lot of help. This might have made it worse, but keep going anyways.
Well,
Continue.
no. We'll edit this part out and make it sound like you just answered it right
That's
away.
awesome. I
Yeah.
love that.
We will not do
But
that.
leaving
don't
that
have it.
last part, yeah, that's
Okay.
great.
If
right,
you had to
here it goes.
choose.
And you do.
And you do. What would you say is your favorite kind of turtle?
Snapping turtle. Woo!
This
Snapping
bitch said
turtle.
Snapping.
Damn. Whew. Oh God.
That was quick. I appreciate the speed.
I'm not fucking around, bro. Snapping turtles are sick. Can bite your hand off.
and quick, just
Yeah.
like you.
Thanks, man.
Now, I will say that it's definitely the most common answer.
Is it really? Fuck. Fuck.
Everyone loves snapping turtles.
Well. Michael Jackson Thriller.
Yeah. My, yeah.
Somebody who had something to say with music.
Oh
anyway,
my
moving.
fucking God. Anyway,
Yeah. No. We get a lot of box. We get a lot of sea turtle. We get occasional. We get a ninja. That's always exciting.
whoa, that would be actually cool if somebody said Ninja Turtle, they're actually probably
some
cool
guy just
people.
said Donatello. Like very specific.
Damn.
Who was that? I don't even remember.
I don't know.
When I think of snapping turtle, I just see somebody under a car, like literally you're on the road, on a back road, somebody stopped in the middle of the road, they're under their
around.
car doing something. They're under their car, like, you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Why are they under the
They
car?
go, what? Jump back, get in their car, motherfucker. And then
What's
they drive
happening?
off, and there's a snapping turtle right there. They went under to try to save the turtle. Motherfucker almost bit their arm
Yeah.
off.
Don't try
so
to
don't
do
do
that.
it.
Yeah,
Snapping turtles are dangerous,
They're real
guys.
dangerous animals.
They're real dangerous.
You stay away from them.
Don't fuck with them.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was fun, bro.
That was a good time.
Thanks,
But before
y'all.
we do get out of here, where can all the people find you?
They can find me everywhere. Tom Tippin. That's my handle. That's my username everywhere.
It's your
I'm on-
Marvel super character.
That is my 10-year contract that I actually am not supposed to talk about yet, so you're going to have to edit that out.
What's your gamer tag?
I don't want
Yeah, you don't want to just
I don't want people fucking with my gamer tag, man. Are you trying to play games with me? I'll tell you later. Fucking. Let's just say it has something to do with tipping, all right?
Wow.
Wow.
So it's Tom Tippin on all
Tom
the things.
Tippin on Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram, Facebook.
Snapchat.
Oh, duh.
MySpace.
My big time.
Grinder.
Well,
TikTok.
let's go. Hell yeah, TikTok. Yeah, I'm on everything, and come say hey, like slide into my comment section, say something really mean.
If
But
you
only
saw
put the
this,
tip in.
this is for the fans. If you heard this or watched this, why don't you just go to Tom's Instagram or TikTok or something and drop a little turtle emoji in the comments?
That
for
would
us.
be so. That would be awesome.
I'm like,
do that.
I'm like, we're rocking like 2.5 hours.
I was
But
so-
people are making it the last 5 minutes.
If you made it, do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're a real one.
Well, as always, everybody, thanks for coming to hang out. You guys are awesome, and we'll see y'all next time.
We crossed the line a couple of times, but they didn't stay. We just picked up bruises from being used and watched them move along. So it seems wrong to just give in, but what can I do? Yeah, we've been taking it slow for so damn long. We don't know when it's real. Yeah, hearts like ours make it so hard to show what we really feel. 'Cause hearts like these, they tend to be a little unsteady, but maybe we're ready for falling in love. If we don't fuck this whole thing up, yeah, hearts like ours could be just what we've been looking for. It's crazy to say, but I feel safe when I'm with you. That's why I'm fighting the fire inside, living the light, staring right at the truth. Is it so wrong to just give in and give us a try? Yeah, we've been taking it slow for so damn long. We don't know when it's right. Yeah, hearts like ours make it so hard to show what we really feel. 'Cause hearts like these, they tend to be a little unsteady, but maybe we're ready for falling in love. If we don't fuck this whole thing up, their hearts like ours could be just what we've been looking for. I wanna love you, baby, I wanna let go. We gotta get past holding back. If we're really gonna make it, we gotta let it go. Yeah, hearts like ours make it so hard to show what we really feel. 'Cause hearts like these, they tend to be a little unsteady. ready, but I think we're ready for